Have you read the book, Girl, Wash Your Face? What an amazing book. I love Rachel Hollis. And today I came up with my own version called Girl, Wash Your Mouth Out. Join me today as we present part 4 of a series talking about how to change what we say about ourselves, how to change that inner dialogue that can be so negative, and change our lives for the better. Welcome to the Julie Tussey Show, and thank you for celebrating my birthday with me today. Get on the Julie Tussey train. We're going somewhere, baby.
Pop the glam pain. It's time for the Julie Tussey Show live guest current event scathing exposés. The original suburban bombshell, the big blonde baby, giving you the fastest, funniest, most informative 30 minutes of your life. And now, here's Julie Tussey.
She makes you want to.
Ooh, we are having a time around here. Welcome again to the Julie Tussey Show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Well, this is a month to celebrate on the Julie Tussey Show. As you heard in the intro, it is my birthday month. Ooh, St. Patrick's Day is my birthday month. And I'm 30 again. You know, life is great when you celebrate 30 and 30 and 30 and 30 and 30 over and over again. It's fantastic. It's just fantastic. It's the best way to not age. I'm telling you, you should try it. We just celebrated our 3rd year anniversary in February of the Julie Tussey Show. So we have a lot going on. Now, I got to talk to you about my birthday real quick. When you get to be 30, as many times as I have, you'll find that your birthday lasts much longer than it used to. So officially, we celebrate my birthday for about a month. Yes, I'm spoiled rotten. So you may hear more about this on the podcast through the month. Excuse me. Okay, just right now, I'm just getting it out there. Just you're going to have to forgive me and go on. Or celebrate with me. But yes, it's my birthday, and I'm really, really excited. You know, there's no sense in being down about getting older. We can't do a thing about it. We cannot stop age, but we can live like we're young. And that's what I am purposing to do, and what I want to help you do. I really want you to enjoy your life. If that sounded funny, it's because I was stretching across the room to adjust the volume. Yes, I do. I'm doing all this myself today. So, on the podcast, we have been talking about some amazing things. Now, we have been talking about Girl, Wash Your Mouth Out. And we are in our 4th part of this series, and I am loving it. I hope you are loving it. Reach out to me and email me. You can go through the website, thejulietusseyshow.com, sign up and get on the mailing list. Please do go do that, because we're going to have some great things that we are offering you. I've had a mailing list with that for a year, and I've never sent an email yet. I will definitely not spam you. I'm just too busy to spam. And I just don't want to pay anybody else to do it. But I hate spam, so you don't have to worry about that. But you can go on there, and when you sign up, you can leave me a message. Now, another way that you can reach me is thejulietusseyshow@gmail.com. Reach out to me. Let me know how you're doing. I'm really interested in your life, too. My whole motive for doing this is to connect with other people, especially women. Sorry, guys. And to make a difference in your life, to help you have a better life. You know, I love people that are positive and that I can go and listen to them, and it encourages me, and it helps me to believe in myself, and it helps me to be everything that I feel like God created me to be. You know, I've gone through some hard times. I'm all happy and cheery. I'm usually always happy and cheery. But I've talked about how perimenopause and menopause has made that kind of tough for a while. And I went through perimenopause perimenopause, my darlings, from the time I turned 35 forward. It was insane. And the older I got, the harder it got for me. So we're working on a perimenopause and menopause teaching series is what it'll be. It'll end up being a series for the podcast. So I'm working on that. And I'm writing a book. Okay, yeah. I think it's going to be something like how to lose weight through perimenopause and menopause, because I have done that. Yes. Today I'm down 24 pounds. I've maintained that for a year, and I'm now beginning to lose again. And I'm very excited about that. But part of my journey has been this positive affirmation thing. So we've learned thus far that 77% of our inner dialogue, that mean girl in there, yeah, her, is negative. So we have to counteract that, and we have to learn, because the battle is in your mind. The battle is truly in your mind. You have to find some way in your life to change the way you think about a particular area if you want that area to change. You know, I love that old saying, it's a fool who believes they're going to do the same thing over and over again and get a different result. Well, as I was going through the years passing along, perimenopause and menopause, I realized that the inner dialogue in my head was getting more and more negative, and that I was actually believing it more than I believed what my dream was, more than I believed what I wanted to accomplish in my life. You know, you're more tired, and you're more mentally tired when you're going through those things if you're not taking care of yourself. And a lot of times it sideswipes us. We don't even know that we're in perimenopause. And we go to the doctor, and they're like, well, let's put you on birth control and let's give you some Prozac. Well, that can help a lot of people, but that was not the route that I wanted to take. It was not the route that I wanted to take. And I did not want to alter my brain with chemicals if I didn't have to. I wanted to, and I believe you me, I know that there are some people that have to have that, and there's no judgment here whatsoever. I'm just talking about what personally for me, I just did not want to go that route if I could find another way. So as I'm going along, I'm realizing that mentally, I am getting more and more negative. I'm acting more negative. I'm speaking more negative. My life is like going down the tubes, and I did not like it. So I kind of went back to my roots. You know, I grew up in church. I was a contemporary Christian recording artist exclusively for 30 years. I did women's meetings. I preached and sang and did all that for many, many years. And as I've gotten older now, I've done like blues and R&B and that kind of thing. But I kind of left my roots. So I got back to my Bible. I got back to hearing positive messages, and I remembered when I stumbled onto this book by Terry Savelle Foy called Pep Talk, that I used to speak a lot wiser. I used to guard my tongue. I used to be careful what I would say over my family, because I really truly believe that words have power. And I believe that words are like containers, and that they make a way for you, that there's power in them for good or for bad. If God himself, the God of the universe, spoke and said, let there be light, and there was light, there has to be truth to this, in my opinion. Now, you don't have to believe the Bible. You don't have to, and this will still work for you, because it's scientifically proven that it works. So we learn about the negative inner thoughts. We learn about that if you have a negative thought that goes round and round in your mind long enough, it becomes a subconscious thought. It's just a part of you. And if you will see a stop sign, the cells in your brain literally will reform when you replace that. You see the stop sign when you have that negative thought, you know, I'm never going to be good enough. I'm never going to be good enough. Stop. And say, I am more than enough. I am more than enough. I am important. I am valuable. Whatever thought you're going to replace it with, and you, every time that thought comes, you stop and do that the cells in your brain literally will reshape themselves and harden into another format, and it will create that positive thought to become part of your subconscious and part of you. So that's a scientifically proven thing. Then we've been talking about this article. I love this article. It's I found it on lightofmind.com. And it's an article called Positive Affirmations, The Secret to Getting Life-Changing Results by David and Steve Gordon. I'm sure if you look this up online, you'll find it. But we have been going through, there's been so many things like, oh my gosh, your health mirrors what your mind repeats. I think I can. How astonishingly positive messages reprogram your mind. That's what we talked about last time. Oh, wow. This has been, so amazing. We talked about how positive affirmations help you seize opportunity. Yep. So I am sitting here today to tell you that I have been watching what I say. And I told in the last podcast how sometimes when you're going through perimenopause, or maybe even just life, you'll just get up and for no reason you're just down. You just don't feel all positive about everything. You're not necessarily happy. And I have decided to go ahead and say the things, and I'm not saying what I want. My positive affirmations are saying what I have, futuristically what I have, like I have it right now. So I am saying I am at my ideal weight. I am fit, firm, and muscular. I enjoy exercise. When it comes to the podcast, I say I am highly intelligent and articulate. When it comes to the cooking show, I am saying I am on all the big networks. Yeah, I might as well dream big, right? I influence people in a positive way. Anybody who hears my message, they are encouraged and their life is changed for the better. This is what I'm doing. So I got up in this bad mood. And I'm not usually a moody person, but I just kind of felt down a little bit. And I was like, I don't want to do this. So I went ahead and read my daily devotion. I was like, And then I spent some time praying, started feeling a little better. But I did not want to read those daily affirmations. And that was after doing this every day for 2 weeks. And I was like, I don't want to. But I did it anyway. And the longer I spoke out loud, the better I became, the happier I became. I mean, when you hear good things about yourself, it's going to pump you up. So it's going to pump you up. So the last part of the article that we ended with was let your heart's desire lead your thoughts. In other words, begin to talk about the things that are in your heart. Now, if you don't feel in your heart you're called to be an astronaut or a race car driver or a cook show host or whatever, that's not what you would begin to say over yourself. What you've got to do is get to the bottom of your heart and what do you want. And for the first time in many, many years, I did that about a month ago. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take all the limits off. If I had $1 billion in the bank, and someone said to me, what do you want? What do you want, Julie, in your life? And write me a list. That's what I did. So I'm saying to you that you got to have to take time and get to the bottom of your heart. If you've always dreamed of being a television personality, then that's what you'll begin to say positive affirmations about. If you've always dreamed that you would be your ideal weight, that's another thing. But it's nothing foreign, okay? So let your heart's desire lead your thoughts. Now, where we're going to pick up is all of this positive affirmation stuff sounds great, right? It sounds good, but what's the proof? The gentleman writing this article say. So as I promised earlier, here's what we'll begin to delve more deeply into: the science behind positive affirmations and why they work. The fact is, plenty of scientific studies exist that strongly suggest, if not prove, when we practice daily affirmations over time, number one, our behaviors change. Number two, we gain greater self-confidence, and more than likely, we are going to reach our goals. For example, in one study, it showed that with just 15 minutes a day of positive statement repetition, people who were plagued with a heightened fear of rejection and lack of confidence found their confidence increased and their fears diminished. Wow, that is amazing. According to this scientific study, a greater ability to problem solve and tap into creativity, thereby reducing associated stressors, comes with the daily practice of positive thinking as well. Participants with chronic stress were given a self-affirmations exercise and then had to complete 30 difficult problem-solving tasks under time pressure in front of an evaluator. It was discovered that individuals who received the self-affirmations exercise outperformed individuals in their control group. So, you see, they're proving it. Now, we hit on this the last time on our last podcast, and it is just a proven fact. Positivity, it's just amazing. You have to have positivity in your life, I believe, to be happy. So here's the next item we're going to talk about. Change your mind, change your life and health. And as one might expect, anytime you're able to reprogram your thoughts in a positive way, your general health and well-being are vastly improved as well. It's well known that stress has very adverse effects on our health. For example, such as the release of cortisol and the stress hormone. Cortisol has the power to create all manner of health issues such as weight gain, junk food craving, and interrupted sleep. Who needs all that in their life? I definitely do not. People under high stress can foster better problem solving simply by taking a moment beforehand to think about something that is important to them. It's an easy to use and portable strategy you can roll out before you enter that high pressure performance situation. So in a sense, the practice of positive affirmation can also easily be called healing affirmations. Our thoughts have a direct connection to our direct level of health. Thoughts make a chemical. Now see, this is where it gets so scientific to me. If you have happy thoughts, then you're producing chemicals that make you feel happy. If you have negative thoughts, angry thoughts, or insecure thoughts, those thoughts make chemicals too. They make you feel how you're thinking. There is sound evidence that our thoughts do matter. We always replace those old patterns with a greater ideal of ourselves. If rehearsed mentally, we will grow new circuits in the brain, the platform in which we stand on to execute a new level of self. That's what I was talking about. It truly is a feel-good practice. Positive thinking and affirmation certainly qualify as a feel-good practice, improving your ability to problem solve, boost creativity, and even enjoy a greater sense of social acceptance all give rise to higher sense of self-worth. And what feels better than high self-worth, I ask you? Previous research has also supported the feel-good habit of self-affirmation. Studies show it can help improve problem-solving under stress, boost well-being, and increase self-compassion and pro-social behaviors. I love that. Oh my gosh, I love it. Recent research shows that using positive mantras can decrease stress and improve performance on challenging tasks. And they may even help you, positive affirmations may even help you make healthier decisions. Positive affirmations in our DNA. Now, this is where it's getting really cool. There's even evidence that alteration of our very DNA occurs through the practice of positive affirmation. This concept is truly mind-boggling. It's almost in the realm of science fiction, except it appears to be true. In Russia, scientists have discovered an ability to influence and reprogram our DNA just through words and frequencies. Now, see, this makes sense to me. Totally makes sense to me because, God spoke, let there be light. So there's so much power in our words. And if we'll just realize it, and on an off note too, when you're raising children, it's so good if you can be positive when you speak to them too, because it will create who they are. All right, how is this possible? I mean, it's easy to accept that we can reprogram our minds through repetition of thought, but change our DNA? Surely not. Well, don't be too quick to dismiss this idea. The same Russian study discusses how only 10% of our DNA handles protein building, such as for our skin, muscles, and organs. The rest, a whopping 90%, is considered junk DNA. Junk DNA, wow. But since nature is unlikely to create anything resembling junk, there must be a use for that other 90% of our DNA, and it turns out there is. Junk that's not junk. What researchers found is that this junk DNA mirrors and is guided by the same rules as our human verbal language. And therein lies the key to the relationship between our DNA and how it's affected by our positive affirmations. Esoteric and spiritual teachers have known for ages that our body is programmable by language, words, and thought. At last, this has now been scientifically proven and explained. Maya Mendoza of Zen Lama 2013, DNA reprogrammed through words. So this is an actual study, and this blows my mind, but I love it. I love this. If we can influence and even alter our DNA by the words and thoughts we repeat to ourselves, clearly you want those ideas to take the form of positive affirmations. I cannot emphasize that point enough, because undoubtedly the opposite is also true. Repetition of negative thoughts has the same power to alter our DNA, but in a much less desirable fashion. It's easier than you think to make positive changes. And the best part is learning the art of positive thinking doesn't have to take tons of time or require talents beyond your ability. You can greatly enhance your life, improve your chances of reaching your goals, and find greater happiness, while at the same time experience less stress with just a short 10 to 15 minute practice per day. It's so much easier than you think. And guess what? It's free. So you can't even be so poor you can't do this. It is free. It is free. I love that. So how you're going to get started? It's so much easier than you think. Here are some simple concepts to get you started. Choose up to 10 affirmations to inspire you. Be sure they firmly align with your desires. Pick a quiet place to practice. The ability to focus on your thoughts becomes easier when you're free of distractions and interruptions. Now, what I do is I get up in the morning, I get my coffee, and I go back to my bedroom, and I do my affirmations. Some people post them on their mirror and do them while they're doing their makeup. Some people, one gentleman that I referred to, and he wrote a book, it's in episode 1. His name was Shad Helmsetter, I think. He wrote out his positive affirmations, and he recorded them. And every day while he got ready for work, while he was shaving, he would play them. And I think what he did was, I am a successful businessman. And then he would leave a pause so he could say it out loud afterwards. But I'm not sure but that's what I would do if it was me. He would play that. Well, he did it because he had a weight problem, and he had just gone on diet after diet after diet, lost the weight, regained it plus, lost the weight, regained it. And he decided finally, after reading about the Olympians I told you about, he decided he was going to do a weight loss Olympian coaching session for himself. So he did this and he recorded it, and he lost 43 pounds in a very short time. And meanwhile, his wife was at the other sink doing her makeup, just hearing his affirmations, and she lost something like 25 pounds at the same time. So pick a quiet place to practice, or pick what works for you. If it's in the car driving to work, whatever, wherever you can be by yourself, and you can really, really just speak it out and be confident in that. Decide on an area you'd like to improve in your life. The more clearly defined and relevant it is to you, the better. Maybe you want to lose weight or feel more confident, then use phrases like, I can do it. I have the power to make things happen. I am strong and capable. I will succeed. Set your habit and begin to say what you want. Don't say, I'm going to be able to do it. Say, I can do it, or I am doing it. That's what I like. Use a reminder of some sort to let you know it's time for your affirmation practice. Especially at first, you need a bit of nudging until your habit is formed and set in place. So that's what it's talking about when it says set your habit. They say anything you do over and over and over every day for 21 days will become a habit. So give yourself a goal of 21 days to do this. Don't leave it up to chance. Set a time, use a reminder, and stop whatever else you're doing at the appointed time. Be consistent, practicing daily. Steady repetition is what makes the practice work. And make use of tools to help you on the path to self-improvement through positive affirmation. It's helpful to listen to positive affirmations. Affirmation audio downloads are simple to use and convenient for both seasoned practitioners as well as newbies. Audio downloads are super easy and convenient to use for self-improvement. You can even make your own. I highly, highly recommend Pep Talk by Terry Savelle Foy. It's a little book. You can pop it in your purse. You can take it anywhere you want. It's so cool. And I just started by reading her affirmations that she shared, and then I started writing my own. Positive affirmations for success. As you can probably tell, adopting a practice of daily positive affirmations costs little to nothing in either time or money, both of which are so often in short supply. It's easy to fit into your busy life, resulting in tremendous dividends. It seems like we can change neural activity using this simple intervention, and it does relate to behavior change down the road. Self-affirmation is a cheap, scalable intervention, and it turns out to have huge effects for relatively low investment. Imagine what can be. Hopefully you now understand why the practice of positive thinking or positive affirmations can impact your life in surprisingly favorable ways. When you consider the possibilities of achieving the life you desire through the simple act of daily affirmation, it may seem almost too good to be true. But as we've discussed at great length, proof that it's possible, even probable, is abundant. What life changes would you like to make, and what areas are you holding back? Woo! Isn't that a good article? Again, that was at lightofmind.com, and it was by David and Steve Gordon, and it was called Positive Affirmations, The Secret to Getting Life-Changing Results. Well, I love this series, and I hope you have loved it as much as I do. I am going to continue to let you know how I'm doing. I'm going to continue to lose weight and let you know how that's going. We have a lot of exciting things coming up for the spring and summer with the cooking show, Fabulous Cooking, which is on Roku. You search WBON-TV, and I have my own channel, Julie Tussey, right there. You can go check that out if you guys are looking for some great recipes. I take my original recipes and cook them. And while I'm making them, I share how to make the fit and fabulous version, which is I lose weight not by going and cutting out food groups and things, but by taking the foods I love and making them a little lighter in calories and a little healthier. You know, like food volumizing with vegetables and things like that. Also, please do go to youtube.com/C/TMETV and subscribe. Then you'll get to see some bloopers. The podcast is on there. Cooking is on there. Our music is on there. There's so many interesting things. So subscribe and share with your friends, okay? If you're listening on a format where you can leave us a good review today, please do. It helps us to get our ratings up so that we get more exposure to people, because we're all about keeping you in the know on the Julie Tussey Show and helping you have a better life. Want to give a shout out to my girl, Jennifer Woods. I go over to her salon, Savvy Salon and Spa, and I get my lash extensions done by her. They are beautiful. They are amazing. Oh, be good to yourself and get them. They are so amazing. And you know what? I save so much time and money on makeup because I don't have to wear near the makeup. It's crazy. But I love them. Jennifer, thank you. I love you, girl. You are the most talented, amazing girl that I've ever gone to for my lashes, and I love it. Give her a shout out. Let her know Julie sent you. Also wanted to mention, you can get our music all the way from when I started my music career in 1989 up to today. You can get it at cdbaby.com. Go there and search for Julie Tussey. Now, here's a song at the end of this podcast. Make sure you stay tuned. Here's a song from one of my first original albums. This is Julie Tussey telling you, you only get one life. Live it to the fullest.
God's gonna do something. He's really gonna do something. God's gonna do something to see you through. God's gonna do something. He's really gonna do something.
trucking up the road for Jesus. Cause he's the one that make a way. He's the one that every day. He's the one who bring us out no matter what the world may try to do. Yeah, 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 yeah. He's gonna see you through. He's gonna see you through. Yeah, 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 yeah. Gotta keep on moving, y'all. I'm out of here, y'all. I'm gone, but the Lord's gonna show up and make a way for you. You can believe that.
Hi, this is Marilyn. I'd love for you to go and subscribe to the Julie Tussey Show Fabulous Cooking on YouTube.com/C/TME-TV.
Here to show you the impossible is possible if you only believe. Tussey Homes Incorporated would like to thank you for listening to The Julie Tussey Show. If you're looking for a beautiful original design home in the Richmond, Kentucky area, please reach out to them at facebook.com/Tussey Construction. Tussey Homes, welcome home. After a week of hearing hundreds of I can'ts, I'm here today to tell you you can. Find us on social media at facebook.com/The Julie Tussey Show and Instagram, The Julie Tussey Show, home of the original suburban bombshell. Want to feel amazing, strong, and healthy any time of the day or night? Go to Get Fit in Richmond, Kentucky. Open 24 hours a day with memberships as low as $14.99 a month. Fitness on your schedule. Get Fit. I know you're the man I want to meet. Everything about you calls my name. If life is my oyster, darling, pass the hot sauce.